Okay, so we'll be talking about how to use Desmos to solve for x in a quadratic equation. It's usually referred to as finding your x-intercept or finding the root when you're talking about functions, quadratic functions. So we have three examples here. Example 1 says x plus 5 squared equals 2. So first things first, you want to go ahead and make each one of your equal to parts a function. So we're going to make this function f of x equal to x plus 5 squared. Now Desmos does not accept f of x, so we're just going to write it as y, because that's what Desmos accepts, x plus 5 squared. And the next part will make y equals 2. And we want to find the intersection. That will help us find the x, which when we plug in for x, it will make this equation true. That will help us solve for x. So let's go ahead and solve for it. We have y equals, we'll type in the first one, y equals x plus 5 squared. So you want to go ahead and type in your y equal to, do parentheses, x plus 5 for your keyboard. Click on this keyboard right here and click on a to the b to make it have an exponent. So y equals x plus 5 squared, and the other part of it was y equal to 2. So you just type in again y equals 2 here, okay? So once your two functions are graphed, you're going to click on your intersection. So we have y equals 2 is my blue line, and x plus 5 squared is my little smiley face. So I have my solution. X has to be equal to negative 6.414 or negative 3.586. So I'm going to write down my solution. X equals negative 6.414 and negative 3.586. And that's my final solution. And I'm done. It's very simple. So now we'll go to example 2. We have x plus 4 squared minus 6 equals 0. We could do the same thing, but first I want to go ahead and move the 6 to the other side. This step is not necessary, but I will do that. So I have a minus 6, I want to do the opposite, which is a plus 6. Let's move this to the right hand side of my equal to sign. So I'm going to end up with x plus 4 squared. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0, so that goes away from the left hand side. Now it's on the right hand side. 0 plus 6 is 6. Alright. Now I can go ahead and graph my function. So I'm going to make this first part. I'll type in Desmos y equals x plus 4 squared. That's my first function. And the second part, my second function, y equals 6. Find out what my intersection is, and that should give me my answer for x. So it was x plus 4 squared. So I'm just going to write it here. X plus 4 squared. And the next one was y equals 6. Press enter, and it's already graphed it. You want to click on your line, your intersection, to have two solutions. My roots will be negative 6.449 and negative 1.551. So I'll write x equals, so solving for x, I guess x equals negative 6.449 and negative 1.551. That means if I was to graph this x plus 4 squared minus 6, it's gonna have an x-intercept at those points. So let's check it. So when I graph it, I see where it touches the x-axis is at negative 6.449 and negative 1.551. Okay. Next, let's solve for x on this third example. We have 2 times x minus 4 squared plus minus 5 equals 0. Again, we're going to make it into two functions to find the intersection. So I'm just going to move the 5 to the other side. This minus 5, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Well, let me change this to 2 instead. So You guys excuse me for that. Let's make this minus 2. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And I get 2x minus 4 squared. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0, so it goes away. 0 plus 2, 2. And I get, this is my first function, y equal to 2 times x minus 4 squared. And my second function I'm going to put in Desmos is y equal to 2. Go to your Desmos graphing calculator, you're going to put the x minus 2 times x minus 4 squared. And the second function y equals 2. And I get my solution here is 3 and 5. So I'm going to say x is equal to, get 2 solutions, x equals 3 and x equals 5. You want to go ahead, especially if it's whole numbers like this, you can go ahead and check it for yourself by plugging it in. It means everywhere you see x, you want to plug in 3 to check for 3. So we're going to rewrite that same function and see if it makes sense, if it is right. So 2 times, well, we see x. Sorry, we're going to plug in 3. 3 minus 4 squared minus 2 has to equal 0. Remember, order of operation, you want to do your parentheses first. So that'll be 2 times 3 minus 4 is negative 1 squared minus 2 has to equal 0. Negative 1 squared is 1, so that'll be 2 times 1 minus 2 equals 0. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 minus 2, does 2 minus 2 equal 0? Yes. So we know we have the correct answer, at least with 3. Go ahead and do the same thing with 5. You would go ahead and do the same thing with 5. Plug it in and check. That's how you solve for x in these equations.